Greetings, welcome. I wanted to go live and just touch on a topic that has been happening to me and others. What that is intense downloads. They're very realistic, and you're dropped into a situation, and you experience it. Almost feels like in real time, as almost like the movies are playing. What the situation was for me last night was I was just sort of in between sleep and awake. My guide came to come and get me, and he said, "Like, pay attention. This is serious. You need to pay attention." I was found myself on a ship, and the ship was very metallic. It was very advanced compared to the other ships I've been on. And it had like a deck, and then it had three steps, and then another deck. And the beings on the ship looked very humanoid. They had human like tendencies. They did not appear to be Palladian. Um, they were a little bit blonde-ish, but it wasn't really a distinct piece that stood out and where I said, "Oh, these are Palladians." Um, I really wasn't there to get the origin of the individuals. I was there because the ship was about to go down. And when I arrived in the ship, I intuitively just knew, like, I'm not being called here because things are going well. I'm never called anywhere because things are going well. I'm always called places because something needs to be done. And so I arrived there. I intuitively just knew, like, it's about to go down, literally. And um, the ship, it started vibrating like this, side to side. And I could feel like this isn't a normal way of flying. Usually, when I'm in a ship, I'm not conscious that it's flying. I just am aware that I'm in a ship, and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Is usually to be worked on. However, in this situation, that vibration of wobbling side to side wasn't quite right. And so I want you to know that when you are in a situation or you're observing a situation, time isn't a thing. So you can always stop time, remove yourself from the situation, and view it as an observer. And you can play it in a speed that you're comfortable in. You don't have to play it so fast that you're like, "Oh my goodness, this is overwhelming." You can play it in a speed from an angle. If you don't like the angle, you can't see what you need to see, move to a new angle. You set the intention. So you just say, "I can't see from here. I need to move on that side." And you move around to the other side. And so I moved myself from inside the ship because that wobble was like, "No, I need to get on the outside so I can see what is happening. Something is happening because it's not happening from inside the ship." So I moved myself outside, and I paused, and I'm like, "Let me just do an aerial view to see what's causing this." Um, so I do my aerial view. I don't really see anything, and then I'm like, push play. So I allowed it to play, but slow, because I energetically wanted to feel what was happening. So I just sort of expanded and felt. And I could feel on this side of the ship, where the ship was sort of heading this way, I could feel this kind of energy, this swirling kind of energy happening. And the ship was doing this and more. And then it started rotating this way, like a clock would spin. And I'm like, "This is not right. What is this energetic thing over here? What's going on?" And that's when I realized it's like an energy vortex. And it was invisible. I mean, it's energetic, so you can't see it. And it was placed there, and the ships are flying into them, and they're wobbling and speed, and they're coming down. And so I was called not to fix or address the issue, but to identify the issue, because only part of this is mine. So the part that was mine was to be able to identify it for the individuals in the ship, because we're talking about advanced species and advanced race here. They're in an advanced ship, and they're just kind of not able to see on the outside. The energetic systems that are happening are not what they're used to. Um, so it was important for me to share my experience, because it's more and more people in the collective are coming forward and saying, "Hey, I had this experience and it was overwhelming," or "I had this happen to me that I was viewing." And they're not quite sure, like, what it is that they're seeing or why they're being shown these things. A lot of times we have a role to assist, so we can just ask to pause, remove ourselves, view it as an observer, and energetically feel around to see, what is it that the beings are asking? Are they asking us anything? Maybe they just want us to observe. But typically, when you're put in a situation, you are there and you don't need to be in a place where things feel overwhelming. Um, so I just want you to remember, pull yourself out, look where from angles that make sense. Um, just feel what it feels like. Intuitively, you're just going to know this is either feeling great and comfortable and fine, or it's not. Um, Slow time, speed it up if there's something happening and you're like, this part's boring, like speed this up. You can speed through things. um, Really what you're wanting to know is the energetic feel of things. That's the important part. So hopefully this has helped individuals understand, like, why am I being dropped in these strange things. It should really sort of resonate with you guys.